here. So today I'm continue to make the shadowing videos. Next I have the physical lessons. So now I'm trying to make the videos. So today TEDx video is how to attack and defend a medieval castle. Corners is with medieval castle is in the Europe. It's popular in the Europe now. Medieval is mean medieval. I'm trying to translate it. It's mean 중고. I remember that is mean 중고. Medieval. What? Medieval. Yeah, it's correctly. Now this video relates to historic videos, so yeah, share knowledge, learn about that. Okay, let's start it. Today's sentence is what a brutal kind of chess, where architecture and warfare play hand in hand.
In 1315, Scotland's King Robert the Bruce decided to lay siege to England's
Carlisle Castle.
Robert expected a swift
victory.
But his men arrived to find
a relentless downpour.
Struggling against
murk and mud.
They tried to fill
the moat with corn husks. Only for the husks to float away.
Then Robert ordered the construction
of massive 6 towers.
A massive siege tower, but the English responded
with
wooden scaffolds that heightened the castle walls. Their final push to scale
those walls, and with England arrows raining down.
Walls ended with English arrows raining down
on the foreign scores.
At a
time when sieges could last months or even years.
Sieges could last months or even years. Robert retreated
after just 11 days.
This siege is
a prime example of how medieval European castles
could stand
firm against enemy onslaughts.
But castles weren't
just for passive defense.
They were symbols
of power, private residences,
and hubs of
governments intended to impress and intimidate. In fact, they are just as likely to be used for offensive military tactics.
They were just as likely to be used for offensive military tactics. Castles regularly served
as a basis for launching attacks.
And as a way to control
local populations with promises of shelter.
Or
threats of violence.
While citadels
of Fossilized places could be found as early as the 8th century BCE.
And fortified palaces could be found as early as the 8th century BCE. European
castles, as we think of them,
started
appear in large numbers in the 9th century CE.
appearing in large numbers in the late 9th century CE. At this time,
the ruling Carolingian Empire was breaking down.
the ruling Carolingian Empire was breaking down, and as the monarch's control over his
1 million square kilometer realms disintegrated. Nobles began building castles to solidify their regional powers.
Began building castles to solidify their regional power. These early wooden castles
followed by motto and bailey design.
Followed the Mott and Bailey design, featuring a central
tower, but a steep
tower built atop a steep mound
with a walled yard as a base.
Walled yard at the base. But over the following centuries,
as the castles become centers,
castles became centers of social, cultures,
military, and political life.
Their designs grew more
varied and complex. By the 12th century, many wooden moats and bailies had been rebuilt with stone.
Many wooden Mott and Baileys had been rebuilt with stone, increasing their defense
and longevity.
Subsequent castles built
in stone from the start
used
curtain walls and gatehouses to enclose the castle yard.
Walls and gatehouses to enclose the castle yard, and their walls
and towers were often coated in a layer of protective limewash.
The towers were often coated in a layer of protective limewash, covering
their stony grey with a range of colorful stones.
Stony grey with a range of colorful tones.
Alongside their scale, visual beauty was a way for castles to project power.
Beauty was a way for castles to project power. Castle
Caernarfon in northern Wales.
In northern Wales was built
with bands of different colored
stone, and Crusader armies
building castles in the Middle East.
Building castles in the Middle East often incorporated elements
of intricate Islamic and Byzantine architectures.
Intricate Islamic and Byzantine architecture. But as
European castles become more widespread,
European castles became more widespread, so did technologies
to defeat them. Fires had long threatened wooden moats and bailies.
Wooden Mott and Baileys, and while their
stone counterparts were more resistant,
their underlying
wooden structure was still vulnerable to arson.
Wooden structure was still vulnerable to arson.
Battering rams cracked castle doors.
Siege towers
and mining operation towards castle walls.
Mining operations thwarted castle walls, and
trebuchets launching stone up to 130 kilograms.
launching stones up to 130 kilograms, endangered
entire structures.
Rectangular
castle towers were escapably vulnerable,
castle towers were especially vulnerable
especially
since their square
corners had fewer load-bearing stones. Fortunately, when the Crusaders returned to Europe from the Middle East,
they brought home architectural innovations, including the
design for concentric castles, featuring numerous rings of defensive walls around a central tower.
rings of defensive walls around a central tower. This approach
created a circular fortress with multiple layers of civil security.
Created a circular fortress with multiple layers of siege security. From the 13th century
onward, the design ranged supreme.
This design reigned supreme, even standing up
to the small cannons had begun spreading across Europe.
But by the
15th century,
the high
towers that once rained arrows from attackers
became easy
targets for powerful new cannons.
While castle
builders adapt by making squatter structures.
Adapted by making squatter structures with walls up to 3
meters thick.
This kind of
construction was prohibitively expensive. By the early 16th century, most local nobles couldn't keep with the costs.
And became reliant on
strong centralized
rulers who could afford
to support modern defenses and large-standing armies. This financial and political pressure, alongside advances in gunpowder weapons,
and political pressure alongside advances in gunpowder weapons, put an end
to castle military dominance.
To castle's military dominance. Most of these fortresses
were converted to residences.
Administrative
centers, or prisons.
And today many still
serve as tourist attractions and private estates.
As tourist attractions and private estates. But while they no longer protect their inhabitants from sieging armies, they still project the grandeurs and authority that made medieval castles so effective for centuries. If you enjoy learning about history, subscribe to this channel, because the lessons of yesterday
always curiosity about this word. Too confused to as always as what is the difference of this word? I find this. That is a verb. I forgot it. Discriminate. Yeah, discriminate. How to discriminate this word? It's approve. It's like it says. I don't understand. Approving the new. It's like it says. Yeah, I think that. So yeah, if you love my videos, remember like and subscribe. Click on the bell to get a notification of my news videos. And if you want to watch this original videos, click on the description and click on it. You can see this video. So yeah, I think it's a time to end this video. Only 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's enough for today. Ta-ta for now. See you tomorrow.